Okay, so welcome and hello. Today Nissan Pathfinder 3.0 diesel engine EGR changing. The new part is here. And why we are going to change it? The code is as well here. The reason why we are going to change the EGR out, we swap it out for the new one because the car drives very poorly. If you are trying to accelerate, there is almost no power. And then eventually it kicks in and starts working again. It maybe there is some flow issues, maybe it's clogged with crap and cugads, but probably mainly it's easier to just swap it out for the new one. Now I already started with the job. Sadly the GoPro batteries were dead before, now they're charged, so I'm trying to backtrack what I have done already here. So this pipe sits with bracket front of here, 13mm bolts. Make sure you take it away, set it aside somewhere. Then you have to take this EGR pipe away, which is over here. It has a 10mm bolts, comes out, we have to get it out of the way. As you can see, it has some dirt inside. I'm going to flush it through when I'm going to put the new one in and make sure that I clean everything else up, what we can clean. Set it aside here. And now pretty much you have access to bolts down here and up here to take this 8mm wrench down here. As you can see, I have that type, a little bit longer. Now you feed it in, the bolt is over here. If you can see it, problem with light, obviously the time is too much, but so you can take this, start undoing this bolt. And make sure you take magnetic telehandle, I mean small magnet to catch this bolt once it comes out, otherwise it will escape somewhere down here. Let's see how it comes out. Now I have magnet here, trying to walk this bolt out. I managed to fish it out. Here it is. Now the next step, taking those coolant lines off. I decided taking this one off from it here. This pipe I turned upside and secured with the cable wise. Now this coolant pipe I can feed through here. Taking those clamps off are quite annoying, they don't want to come off, obviously. This pipe I have to take off as well. Here we can't cheat really, so we have to take this one probably. Try to wiggle it loose and continue. Now, if you got disconnected this coolant pipe as well, now you are able to pull this EGR unit up, just a little bit. You need just a little bit play so it pops out, and you can take the rest of the pipes and carry over to the new unit and clean the crap which is under there away. Now after quite some hustle, the EGR popped out. I did took this disconnector off as well, which we were crossing this unit over here. And now that's the old unit, the old EGR. Now we can set it aside, take this connector off. Then we can carry those pipes over to the new unit, and then we should be good to go. Oh, we can check the old EGR unit faulty, the servo unit faultiness. You shine the light inside through here. And if you see the light glowing through here, then you see that the valve itself is stuck open, and most likely because all these guards which you can see here, all this carbon buildup, and that's just gets it stuck. The flow rate issues which will toss the trouble code, as you can see, this is full of guards. I almost can stick my finger in. Obviously we need to take the vacuum and try to soak it through with the chemicals and suck all the crap and guards out, because you don't want it to enter the engine. Preferably not to do that. Just suck the crap out and clean it out before we're going to put the new unit back in. And here should be gasket as well, but I discovered the old unit didn't have the gasket between here, so I don't know. Maybe it sucked some extra air or had vacuum leak or something else with it, because here is no gasket. As you can see, it's been pulling through this exhaust gas or something from here. So previous owner been again gifting us, because I don't think that it came from factory like that, and this is not a factory unit. As matter of fact, this is same Bearberg unit as we did purchase the new one. So yeah, but we are going to use this gasket and clean all the surfaces up and put it back together. Now carrying the coolant hoses over, the most good. Take the Vaseline spray. You can spray it even between those clamps, so it makes them easy and slipping to get it off. And same thing if you're putting the back, carry some spray over here as well, slightly. Makes them nice and slippery, and you can pretty much push it on without any effort. Now I kind of finished the cleaning. The throttle body itself cleaned itself. From the inside I used the brush, took the cloth, then this pipe down here, which were super clogged, this is now nicely cleaned. Now feeding the new unit in. Before put this gasket back on, which came with the new unit. And it sits like those metal layers towards the front of the engine. This is the correct way to insert the gasket. As we did see, the old unit didn't have the gasket and there were some leak spots seen. Now the new unit goes in much better if the connector is disconnected. Before I try to take it out and it hit the back of the heat shield over there. And if you put them back together, feed the coolant line, that coolant line in. And this longer one we have to feed back through here, through that clip, to the front. Now, this lower bolt, what trick I'm going to do, you can lift it if it's somewhat attached to this cooler. And I fed the extension through here to there, from under here, top of the bolt. The reason why I can't use this wrench yet, the bolt isn't tight enough, so I can't get this spindle clicking, and I have to use this ratchet method. Let's see how it works. Use your hand, grab it from here, press it together, maybe lift a little bit. I can see it going in pretty nicely, so no need to overthink. Now, once you got those two bolts in, get them tight, but don't go crazy with getting them tight. I don't have a specification, the torque I don't know the factory torque, but get them tight, but don't go crazy. Those bolts will break and you don't want it, at least not here. Now it's time to put this cooler back on. As you can see, the cooler bolt slots. I point my wrench, one is down there. I don't know how well the camera can pick it up, and another one is over there. I didn't film this at the start of the video, the GoPro battery wasn't cooperating with me. Second one is over here, where my wrench is. In order to get them loose, as you can see, I have pipes moved away. Same with those coolant pipes, and you can access them actually pretty easily. So it's take your time, don't go crazy. Now take the magnet to feed in the cooler bolts. I did pop this line away, and from up here you feed it in. Those are 10mm bolts, 2 bolts, which you feed in, and cooler 10mm bolt. First one I fed in with the magnet. With that magnet it's much easier even to get them out when you are undoing them. Second cooler bolt, where I have extension done and where I fed it in, there's those 2 coolant pipes with those bleed screws. Goes down there, and you can see it pretty much down. Turning that second one in, and putting this 10mm and the long EGR itself bolt, which holds the EGR in place. Feed it in and tighten it down. Maybe put some little bit lube between the threads as well, so it goes much easier, so it's not that dry inside the aluminium. And as you can see, it's almost getting nice and snug. Now the EGR connector itself, place it in, move it aside, make sure it goes nicely, and toss the click. The click button is destroyed, so I'm going to say it's click now. Now this wire, which I took off before, over here, came somewhere here, under here. Yeah. Should we connect this one as well? Maybe I feed it over there and put it over there back. Looks more logical. So let's connect this one as well. And then click. And now don't forget this coolant hose clamp to move it in the right place, which has to be here. Clamp is back in the right place. Fit the coolant line back here. Turn this one over here. Spray the Vaseline spray top of here so it goes on nice and smoothly. Up. Now put the clamp back. Move it here, and then this part is 12mm socket. Let's put the EGR exhaust back. 4 bolts. One is fed in already here. The second one is here, and 2 are down here, which you can reach pretty easily. So let's get them nice and tight. EGR exhaust pipe back together. Take this big connector. It slides into this plastic slot. If it's not broken yet, then you can use it. Let's see. Now, once you got this connector back on, make sure you don't forget to put back this heat blanket. It goes over there, over this EGR connector. Put the EGR connector back into the slot. This one is broken, so I take the cable vise and just hook it up somewhere here, so it's not touching those exhaust pipes and anything hot. Move those coolant lines back between this plastic one, clip it together. Here, this clip goes into this metal one. Now the vacuum line, it sits over here. Make sure it's completely on and not off from anywhere. Socket, this bracket is back on. Tighten bolts down. Make sure you put those clamps on. This comes together with whole unit. We have to tighten this one and the other one down as well. And then this dismantling and putting back together part is done, and then we delete the trouble codes, take the car for a test drive, make sure that it now runs. If it's not running, then this video won't be uploaded probably. First test run, test start. So now, unloading the tools. The last night I finished the Nissan Pathfinder EGR replacement. Car started up nicely, runs nicely, no problems at all. No trouble codes, nothing. And I didn't need to bleed the coolant system either. That the amount of the coolant which came out were maybe 100 milliliters, if even that. And just in case if you have to bleed, maybe you have to, maybe you lose more coolant and it gets the air inside somehow. Then the EGR cooler code will pop up if there is an air bubble inside the system. Then you will know for sure that you have to bleed it correctly. But right now, no problems with that.